Welcome back for another challenge run. We're continuing on with the No Bow challenge in the Thief series. This is Thief 3, better known as Thief Deadly Shadows. That's what it's shipped as. I'm not sure why they decided to give it a subtitle rather than just call it Thief 3, because it is a direct sequel, follows on from the cliffhanger from Thief 2 exactly. I guess that's just a sign of the times, but you'll notice that we've got quite the graphical upgrade. There's really dynamic shadows and high poly stuff, which is looking pretty damn good considering it's from like 2003. It's on the original Xbox. But we are running a mod to bring things up to snuff just a little bit more. So this is the T3 Sneaky Upgrade. And I've never run this mod before, so there's going to be quite a few surprises. I've already been in for a few. Graphically, obviously, it's improving things quite a bit. I know that it takes out the mid-mission load screens, which was a pain point for everybody, and the only reason those existed was because this was originally designed for the Xbox, the original Xbox, so it had severely limited memory, which led to all kinds of problems. So yeah, much shorter missions, and then the missions were like divided up, and it kind of ruined the stealth because you could like alert everybody, run into a fog gate, and then everyone would just be back to non-alert. So kind of sucked. But this takes that out, and barring it like messing with the AI completely, huge improvement. But we'll find out. It also changed this starting mission, because originally this was a tutorial that locked you in on like easy mode and then forced you to use various items. Like we'd have had to knock out that first guard with the Blackjack, otherwise we couldn't progress. We would have to use water arrows at this point. We'd have to pick this up and put out the torches, otherwise it wouldn't let us move forward. But now it just treats it like a proper mission where you can select the difficulty and stuff, so that's cool. Changes the briefings too. Somebody put a lot of effort into making Thief 2-esque slideshow mission briefings with Garrett's voiceover rather than just a text dump. And one thing to note here is that we're not running on expert difficulty. And I'll explain why, because it's not a thing that's going to change the gameplay a whole lot. Like, the AI doesn't change all that much. It does get a little more sensitive in expert versus hard difficulty, which is what I'm on. But 90% of the change is in the loot goals and the hated loot system. That was a lockpicking minigame, by the way. It's not a minigame like you would have seen it in, say, the Elder Scrolls series, even though it's the same kind of mechanic. You are still fully vulnerable while picking the lock. Guards still patrol, so much better, especially for this game. It would kind of ruin it if you could just pick locks for as long as you wanted. You have to actually time things in this. So along with running on hard mode, and I'll get more to the details there, we're also going to use the Blackjack just a touch more. You basically have to use it in this mission. I'll try to limit it as we go, but for now, we're going to use it. So we are looking for one Lord Julian, because he's got a special pouch that he doesn't let out of his sight. And obviously, being a thief, we want to know what's up with that. We want it. This is Lord Julian here. He's in the Peony Suite.
Lord Julian. Wouldn't do to have anyone think he was just Julian.
There's also animals in here now. You can beat the cat if you want to, but I'm not a monster, so I won't. And there's the loot system. So, that was a special loot item. There's 3 in every mission, and if you're at expert difficulty, you need to find all 3. And you also need to find 90% of the loot. We're on hard, so we only need 60%, which is quite a jump. And only 2 of the special loot items. And the reason why I have decided to make that choice, and you can call me a cop-out all you want, I don't care. I'm not playing this for an Easter egg hunt, because that's literally what it's going to turn into. I don't have like all the loot locations memorized, and I'm not going to play with the loot guide next to me. So this is to get to the best of the stealthing and the challenge of the gameplay without having to, you know, spend 4 hours running around a mission looking for the one piece of fucking special loot that I can't find. Because that's the one thing that I remember very distinctly of this game from previous playthroughs. And there's even a point in the game, a later mission, where you can completely soft lock your run if you don't pick up a certain loot item before a certain point in a mission. There's something that happens that means that you can't get that loot anymore, and you're just fucked if you're an expert. So that's nice. I guess we get to avoid that, but I'll point it out because I have never forgotten where that loot is, because how could I after that? And also 90% is a lot. Like, just for plain loot, like, that's a lot of, like, wandering around looking for stuff.
Going about armed, just as happy to murder as steal a
Another thing of Thief 3 is this. We can wall hug ourselves to just make ourselves a little bit less visible, which is a really cool touch. Don't know that I use it a whole lot. I'm mostly crouched all the time. I'm gonna wait for this guy. See, this is another scripted point where you are supposed to use a noisemaker arrow, shoot it in there so that he goes away. Obviously, we're not using the bow at all.
sound.
I might cheese the Blackjack a little bit, but I'm not going to cheese that. Oh. See, this candlestick is worth something. Those ones are worthless because they don't have a loot glint. It's kinda stupid. Oh shit, that just made noise. Okay, well, we're gonna pick this. I don't dislike this lockpicking minigame. It works quite well because you are still vulnerable. You can pull out and then come back into it where you left off, which is nice. Even though that's not terribly realistic, but it works for the gameplay. It's kind of the same thing as Thief 2. It's a blend between that and the actual minigame system that came in, I think, just Skyrim. I said the Elder Scrolls games, but it was in the Fallout games and several others as well. Like, it's copied a lot for a good reason. It's kind of the best of a lot of worlds as far as trying to simulate lockpicking. Whether I prefer it over the Thief 2 system or not, debatable. Because you do have to, like, zoom into it, like you're either, like, in the lockpicking mode versus not, or just casually walking by like the way you are in Thief 2, so that is kind of the better system, if not realistic. It's a gameplay change choice.
The bloodline opal should rightfully be mine.
Okay.
If I may, my lord, I can help you. I know the castle.
Well, you're a cook.
And this is
Every evening after sunset, the supply wagon
another conversation to listen to, because this is going to give us a clue about the next mission.
arrange for your men to be inside one evening.
And then we cut our way through. 5 good men against 20. And my accursed cousin.
Oh, listen, there is a
They
passage
didn't notice
leading
that.
into the castle from the courtyard. I can open it for you when you give me the signal. The torch in the lion's head sconce. You must put it out.
The lion.
Ah, shit. Well, I just found another mulligan.
Hold the bloodline opal.
Actually, maybe not. I think there might be another way into the castle, so we'll have to find that. Because that's the intended path, is to put out that torch. I don't know how I forgot about, like, literally the first mission.
Only key, my lord. You must keep hold of it.
You forget Lord Ember has another. I hear he guards it with his life.
My lord, I wish
Okay.
only for peace in
So
the
that's Lord
household.
Julian. That's his
The
bag
opal
on
is
the
mine.
desk there.
I won that bet, Morris. I won it.
But I wanted my loot. Okay. Let's sneak on over in behind the shadows. Nice shadows that move around and stuff. There we go. We got our objective complete. Although I didn't get the other loot objective because I thought that was worth something, so I think we're gonna have to go backtrack a little bit
My pouch. It's gone. Stolen.
and also avoid that.
Tears.
You will have nothing because you don't know anybody was here. I mean, except for this knocked out guard. Whoopsies.
The bag feels heavy. There's something metal inside.
Oh. This frickin' plate. There we go. I don't know how I missed the plate. But, yeah, if you thought models reoccurring in Arcania was a thing, models get recycled quite a bit in here as well.
Once I find you, I'm docking your pay, for sure.
Oh. You can dock my pay all you want. Because that fat guy model, that the cook, that's gonna come up a lot. And it's very distinct looking because his clothes don't even change like from one character to another. Yeah. Okay, well that worked out pretty well.
After this, I'll definitely need an extra pill.
Also voice actors. It's got more voice actors than Thief 2, which I'm pretty sure had like 3 or 4. This has 5. Moving up in the world. Probably more than 5. It's probably actually got like 6 or 7. But
please
okay.
don't be anything or anybody.
I need to get past this guard.
I won't hurt you.
In the vanilla version, basically you had like a flash bomb here, and you just had to like burst through the door, flash bomb him, and then burst out. That was the only way to get past. I'm gonna try to do this with like an ounce more finesse than that.
Close one. But I've
There we
still
go.
got the goods.
Ah. Well, we'll pick this lock. There's also like a recurring theme between shapes of locks and their difficulty. Like, if it's like a level 3 lock like that, and that shape, then they'll all be kind of the same. So you can actually like train locks at your house. It's a cool mechanic. I like it. Because it relies on player skill, and you can actually like hone your skill as a player, which cool. What prey am I supposed to do now? Leave the inn once you have the velvet bag. That was the inn. I left. Why was that not good enough? Maybe I have to go back to where I started. So this is the thing about the mod that I'm kind of concerned about, is like, I don't necessarily know how it changes the objectives. Because before, like, as soon as you got out that door, it was just like, smash cut, you're done. Real mission starts now. Oh, there we go. Well, I guess that's that. Alright, so I guess next time we're going to start off with what used to be the real, or what used to be the first mission. It will be the real first mission. This is just kind of a tutorial teaser letting you know what we're getting into. We'll see what kind of things come up as we go. There's a lot of things that I've forgotten about the game. It's been a hot minute since I've played it, and lots of surprises with the mod because I know roughly what's changed, but like there's lots of instances where I'll probably remember when I see it what's different, sort of thing. My memory's pretty good in that regard, if nothing else. So yeah, stay tuned, take care, and have yourselves a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.